Hey guys, it's Curtis from Magical Menagerie, and I'm coming to you with this little thoughtful video today. This has been a little bit of a while, so I figured I would sit down and record some things for you because I've been needing to do that. So this video is about being a human being, and I will encourage you all to be a human being today. The reason this is kind of a silly topic, but the purpose behind this video, me and Karma were talking after a class, and we decided upon this cute phrase, I'm not a human doing, I'm not a human thinking, I'm a human being. And I thought it was adorable, and I just wanted to share it because it's just adorable. Basically, we went to this class called Shattering the Illusion of Time and Escaping from Emotional Suffering. And this is a pretty hot topic with spiritualists or, I guess, self-help, kind of like self-help classes and things like that. So it transcends into spirituality because it talks about a lot of spiritual things, or can be related to a lot of spiritual things. But in this class, they talked a lot about suffering and like, what is suffering to you, and the idea that we suffer because we put expectations in the future, and we put regrets in the past, and we let our past influence us, and we think too much about the future, and our ego is so concerned about those two things that we can't be in the now. And if we understand that time cannot clearly be defined in science, then we understand that time isn't a thing. We can't suffer now. Okay, listen. Okay, that's all fine and dandy, but those things don't go together. Like, understanding time and understanding suffering and how you feel, there's some perspective there. There's maybe a little bit more ease that comes with thinking, man, maybe it's not such a big deal. Time, whatever time. Okay, I get it. All right, great, awesome. But that's really not helpful, I don't feel. Your definition of suffering is important, I feel. Your definition of suffering. Everyone experiences suffering differently. Here's why. Suffering is simply, it's a simple word. It's very simple. The state of undergoing pain, distress, or hardship. That's what suffering is. So, knowing what suffering is kind of important when we're going to talk about suffering, which is really not discussed in classes like this. It's really not. It's very ambiguous. We assume that if, you know what the word suffering means, then you know a definition, then obviously you understand suffering. Not quite, because when you hear suffering, you think, we are a little trained and we are a little programmed to think this is a bad thing. Suffering is bad because by its nature, pain is bad, distress is bad, hardship is bad. Well, is it really? I don't think so. I don't personally think so. I'm a human being. I'm here to experience what I'm here to experience. And I'm here to experience those things as myself. Being empowered by a spirit, being connected to a spiritual consciousness, there's a reason for that. And if I'm connected to this body, I'm connected to this life, this epigenome, whatever has culminated and created me, I am me, and I'm a human being now. That is what I am. Regardless of what I will be in the future, regardless of what I was before I was here, those things don't matter. They're important metaphysical questions. They don't matter to my life and what I'm experiencing. They don't matter to being a human being. I'm here for this. This is the reason that I came here. To be me, and to be me all the time. To be as free to be me as possible, and to enjoy other people being themselves, and to, connect with other people, share experience with other people. If we're caught up in these ideas, of suffering, and then that we suffer because we have a misconception that time is the problem. Time is not the problem. The ego is not the problem. If we look back, the epigenome is not the problem. Society being sick is not the problem. It's very simple. The problem is, are you allowing yourself to be a human being? Are you allowing yourself to be yourself today? Are you being true to what you feel? Are you honoring yourself? And if you think about it, you probably are. You're going to experience pain, suffering, and hardship in your life. Absolutely, guarantee you, some way, to some degree, your suffering will not be in any way equivalent to the person sitting next to you, will not be equivalent to anyone on this earth ever, because it's relative to you and how you experience things. How you experience things is important. As spiritual beings, as, maybe not spiritual beings, depending on how you look at it, but in my opinion, as spiritual beings, we're meant to have our experience. We came for our experience, and we came to share our experience with other spiritual beings so that we understand one another. If we're promoting these ideas that, being yourself is bad, or being you is bad, then there becomes a big problem. And while these New Age spiritualists and these New Age teachers who are, I wouldn't even say new because these topics are quite old, but I feel as though we're fixated on these things like the ego and the time and all that. It's just like, be a human being, be yourself, because if you're focused on, am I too much of this, am I too much of that, is my ego too much today? Well, no, that is you. You're supposed to be that. If you think about the ego if you go back to Sigmund Freud theory, you have the id, the ego, the superego. There's three forces, composing you. Your subconscious, your conscious discerning mind, and then your perfection principles, the superego. We don't discuss that with these topics. They're totally ignored. There's a lot of working theories and a lot of stuff going on, but at the end of the day, none of that matters. Don't quantify yourself. Don't go to a class and feel that you're not doing enough or that you're not in the right place. Ask yourself, am I being myself? Am I content with myself? And if you're not, ask yourself, why am I not content with myself? Don't try to say, let me try to be more mindful and fixate on it. Don't get fixated. Be yourself. Don't fixate on your ego. Be yourself. That's why you're here. That's what you came for. Be a human being. Don't be a human thinking. Don't be a human doing. Be a human being. And that's all I have to say about that. But I hope you guys found some insight in this video. I got a little bit rambly, I think. But I hope you enjoy it, and I'll hopefully have some more exciting stuff for you guys. But thank you, and love and light.